These visuals that we had played out to you a little earlier, the important meeting, a breakthrough meeting, has been seen by some quarters, that between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Chinese President Xi Jinping. This is the first formal bilateral meeting that has happened, as Jessica Taneja has been saying, in 4 years. They have had pull-aside meetings, but they are more in an informal capacity at multilateral settings, and words, just to share a few words and pleasantries, but not quite focused as this one was. We await the outcomes of this particular meeting. We understand also that the huge role both economies play and both countries play in the global setup, especially in the forum of BRICS. Jessica, let's come back to that point now. In terms of BRICS, we do remember also that India, Russia and China also had another grouping called RIC, which is like a little subgroup of BRICS in a sense, though it predates BRICS. But in that context, you know, how important is the relationship between India and China for the functioning of BRICS?
Well, it certainly is, because if you look at how it's perceived by the West and analyzed by the West, it certainly seems to be, giving an idea that the BRICS members' disunity was one of the factors that was pointed out. So certainly it creates a narrative that, if there is a significant breakthrough for talks between the two nations, it does provide some sense of unity to the grouping, and normalization of ties would only benefit the grouping, which is a multilateral setup. And remember, China
to contribute to promoting multipolarization and democracy in international relations.
我愿同总理先生就两国关系和共同关心的问题交换意见。
Mr. Prime Minister, I'm prepared to exchange views with Your Excellency on our bilateral relationship and issues of mutual interest.
Excellency, आपसे मिलकर खुशी है, और जैसा आपने कहा 5 साल के बाद हमारी ये फॉर्मल मीटिंग हो रही है। हमारा मानना है कि भारत और चीन के संबंधों का महत्व केवल हमारे लोगों के लिए ही नहीं, लेकिन वैश्विक शांति, स्थिरता और प्रगति के लिए भी हमारे संबंध बहुत अहम है। एक्सेलेंसी, सीमा पार पिछले 4 वर्षों में उत्पन्न हुए मुद्दों पर बनी सहमति का हम स्वागत करते हैं। सीमा पर शांति और स्थिरता बनाए रखना हमारी प्राथमिकता रहनी चाहिए। म्यूचुअल ट्रस्ट, म्यूचुअल रिस्पेक्ट और म्यूचुअल सेंसिटिविटी हमारे संबंधों का आधार बने रहना चाहिए। आज इन सभी विषयों पर बात करने का अवसर मिला है। मुझे विश्वास है कि हम खुले मन से बातचीत करेंगे और हमारी चर्चा कंस्ट्रक्टिव होगी। धन्यवाद।
Well, we heard the opening statements there being made by both sides, and Prime Minister, of course, reiterating the points of the border and also talking about the importance of mutual trust, mutual respect and sensitivity for proper dialogue to take place. Jessica is with us. She continues to be with us. Jessica, so we heard the opening statements made by the two principals, and both seem, eager to re-engage with one another in right earnest. What is the general mood in terms of conversations around this meeting?
Well, a sense of re-establishing trust to an extent because of what had transpired in the last 4 years, Mark. If you see, apart from the 2020 standoff, you'd recall there were a few more stuff which was reported a year or two later. And let's not forget when the Prime Minister, reiterates that there has to be mutual trust and also respecting each other's sensitivities at the border, especially making a reference to the to the patrolling points and the grazing areas which were agreed upon before 2020. So of course, this is important in a sense that both the leaders have been able to talk finally because of the preparation and the groundwork that was laid out. And there seems to be a consensus of sorts to, if not completely resume the relationship to the effect, but to at least have that mutual trust and resumption of trade ties. Perhaps even if that is restored, you could see, with that entailing, could it also mean, direct flights to China, and doing more business, perhaps some more ease to the business community that has been waiting for some significant breakthrough. This might come as a relief for many, and to an extent where this was a particularly significant breakthrough between the two. And we've not, as I said, had bilateral meeting with the Chinese side in a very long time, and the kind of working models and mechanisms that were in place to ensure that we're moving towards at least re-establishing ties and looking into how both the nations can work together, since it's not only about sharing a significant border with each other, it's also about people-to-people exchanges, which have been particularly absent since 2020. So, of course, when the leaders meet and statements are made to the effect, it does provide a sense of calm and ease.